Hello everyone. Hey, hey, hey. Let me just get the volume pretty right. Hello everyone. Good morning. If it is morning for you. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello. You know what I need? I need another screen. Oh, okay. Hello. How are ya? G'day, g'day, g'day. G'day, g'day, g'day. G'days in the chat, please. What's going on? Voice is too low? Alright, let's fix that. Took your time. I was making a coffee, alright? That's how it works. How's that? Is that a little bit better? Late again? Harry McClary? Yeah, I know. Sorry about that. Blame my coffee machine. Sometimes it's either super fast or like slowly drips through. And it was a slow one today. But it means it'll be extra strong, which would be lovely. Anyone's having their morning coffees right now? Huh? Huh? You having your morning coffees? Alright. Or afternoon, I think. I think a lot of you guys are watching far too early in the morning, right? Shout out to all my European watchers right now. You guys are always... There's always a bunch of you who are like stayed up far too late. But hello, welcome. Welcome to the live stream. Good to see you all. Yeah, 2 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, I thought so. Appreciate it. Don't forget to get some sleep, though. It's 9 o'clock in the morning for me, so this is perfect timing. Money. Now, someone just... Trainformer just said money. He's probably referring to my name, but... Or you might be referring to this awful monstrosity. We are losing money big time. So, I'm actually just going to... like, kick things off with potentially raising some taxes. Because I do feel like we could... I mean, people are happy as, except for a high crime rate, which is not great. So let's just see what happens, but we're going to have to keep a really close eye on that money situation, because, yeah, I think it's going to be pretty bad. If we just go bankrupt in this live stream, I think anybody who's like watching my videos will be like really disappointed in us. And yes, I said us. They're gonna blame you guys as much as they're gonna blame me. Sorry to say. Hello for the UK. 12 a.m. Yeah, thank you, my friends. Sleepers for losers. Shout outs to all my European UK watchers. I appreciate you guys watching so late. But where's everybody watching from, by the way? So let me just explain what we're going to do. We're not going to go bankrupt. That is not going to happen. What I would like to do is I am going to focus around Pubella today, because there's like a few unfinished projects. And I'm going to leave it to you guys to tell me which ones you like to see the most. But at this very moment, I'm probably going to change this, because this is just very temporary, and I don't love those houses. So I'm going to change a bit of this around here and just kind of like finish that. But then we could potentially work down here at the swamp, and then we could go over here to this part, which I've just completely left. So if you've got any ideas, hit me up, and we'll work on them. But yeah, I am going to say that if we go bankrupt today, that will be... I'm going to say I'll take 50% of the blame, but then I'm also going to shift 50% of the blame to you guys. How's that? How's that? We'll just start the stream with a bit of diverting some of the blame. And these guys, no. No. No, no, no. But how are you all today? It's a high pressure, high stakes stream. That's how this stream works. if you've never come to one of my streams before, I don't usually give you guys so much responsibility. But I'm sorry, that's what's happening today. What's going on here? Oh no, that means some of my things are not loaded in. What's not loaded? There's a texture here. There's a decal, it's not there. Does that mean there's other decals that are not there? Oh dear. Oh, don't you just love that? When you put in heaps of hard work into a place and then it burns to the ground? And all the trees are... oh well. Alright, we'll fix it at a later stage. Revolt? How dare you? Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, high stakes. It's a high stakes stream. Pakistan, British Columbia, the moon. What time is it in the moon? Australia. Beautiful. No, it doesn't work that way. I don't owe anybody money if I go bankrupt. If anything, I'm then in debt. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take this road because actually I'm a pretty big fan of this road. Hey, people in the chat, this is a custom road that I made, like just using Road Builder. But you know, it'd be really nice if this didn't exist. See this? That would be nice if that wasn't there. So if you know, because I feel like there are options in here within Road Builder that could potentially remove that little arrow. But otherwise, this is a good little street. I think that I actually need to kind of redo this a bit. I'm gonna redo it a bit. Why don't you play a creative anymore? I remember watching you in City Skylines 1, you used to pay more attention to aesthetics over game mechanics. Well, I kind of got a bit over it, to be honest. I think I like... Oh, and City Skylines 1 as well was... The game mechanics did not exist. Like, I had to... There was, like, pretty much no point. And... I think, I enjoyed making money in that game. Like, I kind of shifted a bit to making money, just because I felt like I needed something more. And I actually really enjoyed changing it so that I was kind of focusing more on money. Not more on money, but money as a factor. But I do find, like, I think City Skylines 2 is, you know, definitely still pretty surface level in terms of city management. But I do think it's far better than what we had in City Skylines 1. So that's why I've kind of shifted that a bit. I think it's, for me, it's more interesting. And I also think people prefer it too, to be honest. You can remove it with better bulldozer. Are you serious? Can you really? Oh, man, you guys are clever. That is so great. Felix, you're a legend. I think we owe Felix a neighborhood. Felix. That was really clever. I appreciate that. I think this... No, you know what? It's not going to be this whole place, mate. I think I'm going to just dedicate this new Suburban Sprawl. I don't know if you want Suburban Sprawl. But... Well, look. Tell you what, Felix. I'm going to call it Felix. But I feel like if you've got another name, give it... Like, just let me know. Let me think. I do need this to be... I kind of want this to be a little bit more modern. With, like, a bit more swoopy, windy roads. So let's just settle down with all this grid. Felix gets $2.20? No. No, I'm not giving away money. That's not how these streams work. The way this stream works is I set off to build something. It takes me forever because it takes me forever to build anything in City Skylines. And then if we go bankrupt, I blame you guys. And that's it. That's how the stream kind of works. I think I'm gonna do a couple tricky things here. How's the audio level now? I'm from a district called Charlottenburg in Berlin. That would be a nice name. I agree. Let's do it. And actually, that works pretty well because there's actually some German architecture in the next neighborhood over. What am I doing here? It's called overthinking, my friends. I feel like neighborhoods can look so easy to build. Felixburg. Felixstowe. Is that a suburb in Adelaide? Oh, Mike and McFarlane. Hello, my friend. I didn't even know that. What was I saying? I was saying that neighborhoods can sometimes be the hardest ones to build because they try to maximize space. So it's like, how do you... I probably just need to look at some pictures. Alright. Let's do a bit of this. The highway. I think I'm being too influenced by the highway, but the highway does not need to be a thing because I'm probably going to change where it goes anyway. Alright. Just need to be a bit more whatever. You know? Yes, cul-de-sacs next to the freeway. I was thinking the same thing. And that's why I'm trying to leave a little bit of space for that. I think there's obviously like, this is not going to be as perfect as I would like it to be. But I think just like a couple of little windy bits. Loop. So I actually think this part will be commercial. Can I add a high street to Charlotte? I'm just trying to... Charlottenburg. Oh, Charlottenburg. A high street. Look, that would be really nice. However, I actually think that this neighborhood is not really like that. I think that this place is actually not... I mean, don't tell Felix this, because I've just named it after a place where he lives. But I don't think that this place is going to be that nice. It's going to be kind of nice. Like, I'd call Castle Point nice and expensive. And pretty sought after. And this one has a high street. Like, I'd call... I don't know. Like, this a high street. Or maybe this a high street. But I feel like this is getting to be the outer edge of St. Andros. And I think we're going to see more... more of these sort of like... More just like suburban sprawl. And then maybe like some big box stores. That's what I'm thinking. That's the vibe. Add horses. Sounds lovely. Yeah, I mean, like, I make fun, but, you know, if this is affordable housing, I'd probably lap it right up, you know? Because it'd probably be really expensive to live in Castle Point. Looks a bit swanky. Alright, that's like, this is not my best. But for the sake of getting it done. Let's get it done. I'm pretty happy with that. And you know what I will do? I will add it. I will add a little bit of... We'll add some of these. A couple little roundabouts. It's a roundabout type of neighborhood. Maybe just there and there and here. You know, just a couple of fun little roundabouts. More strip malls? Yeah, well, I'm thinking about strip malls. They just take a while to build. That's the only thing. And this would be considered a pretty nice neighborhood, to be honest. But I just don't think it doesn't have as much charm as some of the other places around here. Now, it is a real shame that this removes parking on the sidewalk because, well, on the side of the street, because I kind of feel like it shouldn't. Like, I'd prefer to see the sidewalk shrink a little bit. And in fact, I kind of think that we don't really need sidewalks anyway. I don't know, chat. Do we go down that? Are we going to go that deep into this? Are we also going to remove the sidewalks? Because I am a little bit tempted. Because I've been also wanting to get a better road, a better street for places like this. And this is pretty close, but I reckon I could probably do a little bit better. Like, I could make the sidewalks way smaller. We are doing a suburb before we go bankrupt. I can road builder it. All right, let's do that. Let's get into some road builder. Road builder. What's going on with this? Bloop, 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 bloop. I'm going to try a couple of things here. I think I'm going to make... See, this is the problem. When you make the road wider, it then adds some marking. And that's what I don't want that. So I'm going to change that back. Hello? Yeah. American suburbs have street parking. Exactly. And I also think the roads are wider. So we could add a shoulder or an empty lane. I think that this is not what we want though. So I want street parking, but then I also lane width. Maybe I can change this one. What's that changing here? It's changing the grass. Well, that's not that helpful. Well, it's actually not too bad. I don't mind the grass getting a little bit wider. It can be about a 6 meter wide grassy strip. It says it has parking, but it doesn't. Because it's got grass instead. That's what it's already got. And I will add parking manually. Oh, okay. That's kind of it. I think that's it. It's wider, which is what I want. And we've got parking and a grassy strip, a little median. What do you reckon? That's pretty good. I might actually reduce the size of this part. I know I just made it wider, but oh, and there goes the grass. I mean, my American friends, I feel like the sidewalks are a little bit distracting for me. I feel like we don't have... Well, I know in Australia, a lot of neighborhoods don't have sidewalks. Thoughts, feelings, opinions? I'd like to see you make a climate-friendly, sustainable, and non-car dominated city one day. Yeah, maybe one of these days. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm personally really into that sort of stuff, but I think I do enjoy making places like this. I don't know why, it just feels a little bit more in line with reality. What time is it in Australia? 9:27. Like, wide sidewalks? I feel like that's a little bit unrealistic. But if you guys think it's okay, then I'll leave it. But I just think that it looks a little bit odd. Sidewalks, yeah. I think they're a little bit too... They're a little wide. Masked Bandits, my friend. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Depends on the suburb if there's sidewalks or not. These sidewalks are wide, and usually our sidewalks do have that little strip of grass between the street and in front of the yard. Yes, well that is the same with Australia. We call them medians. I'm sure that's probably the same. And mate, thank you for joining. Big fan, as you know. Now I'm trying to, maybe I add another sidewalk. Hear me out, okay? Just hear me out for I can't change him over there. Come on, just here. I want him here. Okay. Well, don't hear me out, because that's not gonna work. Jeez. Sidewalks are everywhere. Yeah, okay, so they're narrower. Okay, well let's just narrow that up a little bit. No, that's actually just making the... It's not changing anything. Looks like they're all changing at the same amount. I don't think the grassy median is changing size. That's a bit disappointing. All right, fine. I'm gonna stick with 5.5 just for now. And if anyone has any ideas, let me know. But I think that's a pretty nice... I think that works pretty well. I'm just going to change something. I'm going to change VSync. I've varying... I feel like that's a bit better. I was getting like a weird little graphic glitch before. Am I working on suburbs? I am indeed. So, this is the next thing I'm going to do. I'm going to remove all of these because we just do not need them. Custom roads makes a huge difference. I'll see you later. No walking around. I know you've got sidewalks, but we don't do that here. And then, just for a little added, can't remove that one, but that's fine. But how good's that? Now I really do wish we had custom roads because that would be just so much better and way less fiddly, but this works pretty well. No, not even that. Sweet. Mattress, what are you doing? Why are you saying no? What are you saying? Roundabouts in America? It happens, right? I feel like no matter what I build, there will always be someone to say that doesn't exist. But then there'll always be a case of where it does. You know? And I think I'm gonna go for just like houses like this. These are great. Maybe there should be... Maybe these are good roads already made in Road Builder. You can search up stuff. Don't really understand that. Yeah, I actually think these roundabouts look great. And I think they work in this context. Like a neighborhood like this would probably have roundabouts. Probably too many. Probably going a bit overboard, but it's fine. Now this is like a small block here, which I didn't really measure very well. It's been a bit loose with that one, but that's okay. I think I'll probably turn that into... I mean, maybe we could have some high density. Some high density could be good there. Is that too unrealistic? And this could be a good little park. You know, I could add a little park in this neighborhood. That'd be nice. Now, I'm going to try and cram in as many houses as possible because if this was a site that has been developed, you're going to want to kind of maximize on... There we go. And I can squeeze in 2 more houses right there. Might grab these guys. Whoop. And gotcha. It's pretty tight. But that works. I'm just gonna check that they are locked. Great, that's what we want. You can do that really small block as either a showcase house or a pool/tennis court. Yes, that could actually be a showcase house. That is quite interesting, actually. How would I go about doing that? I'm not too familiar with that, but that could be quite interesting. Like, I wonder how could I really show that that's a showcase house? But yeah, you're right. Places like this would have some sort of showcase house, especially if this was a place that was like full of neighborhoods like this. All right, let's really squeeze these guys in. I know this like takes ages as well, but I think it's worth it. As long as nothing burns down. And as soon as I start making money again, then I'll have to like build some, probably like a fire department, you know, because otherwise I think we're gonna be gambling a little bit. Maybe at a park or some kind, but like not really usable one. Just an alibi green space. I like it. Yeah. See? Not bad. Yeah, like a model home. I think that's what he means by a showcase house. So I think like people, you'd go to it and, you know, you'd pick out, you'd be like, I want that one. And then they make it. How long is this going to be? You mean the live stream? Probably about an hour. No, longer so. I usually stream for about 2 hours. That's great. Now I'm just trying to think about... I reckon that we will continue... Look, I don't want to go too far because I think it's... I've got to like call a cutting off point. Because I do want to build another town up here. And I do need enough distance between them. And I think that we've got a nice transition so far to... You know, from a city to this to suburbia. Maybe industry could sit around here. I'm still trying to figure that out. I'm also just watching my live stream feed on... And it's just like, it's not great quality, is it? I need to sort my internet out. Reach out the window and shake hands with your neighbor. Yes, that is exactly the type of neighborhood this is. But I mean, like, this is still a pretty good spot to live, considering you are pretty close to the ramp to get into the city, you know? Like, this is kind of a good spot, except for you are right next to a highway. Immaculate gardening, maybe even like a chain or something to block people from accessing the driveway. Although if this is an established burb, that model home eventually is sold. That's true, actually. I feel like this is probably a bit more an established place. So I actually I might even, and by might I am, I'm going to remove that. And I think that this would be a good spot for some more, I reckon like a small mall or something. Like maybe a little strip mall. But then I feel like this is kind of fun the way it is. And I still kind of want to, I know I said I want to make a park somewhere. I guess this is probably a good spot for a park. But let's just continue fleshing all this out just so we can get a good sense of where all the neighborhoods are going to sit. Oh, really balls that one up, didn't I? I could drag it. Whoop. Sorry. I mean, I've really not done a great job of these roads. And that's a little bit better. I am okay with that. And I grab a similar one. And the slight variation is just perfect. Perfect in my books. A park might be nice in the triangular spot, yes. I think that would probably be the best fit for it. And then these guys could go over here. And do have a little bit of space for another place, maybe, potentially. It's probably a bit tight, but... I mean, that's a problem. Sorry, that's a problem when you use so many windy roads. You don't quite fill every gap, but... I mean, all this is kind of getting a bit messed up anyway, so I actually might remove that guy. And like that. And this road's a total mess. I think that'll do. That's fine. Yeah, I think... Yeah, is this what you mean by the triangular spot? I think you're right. I might even make this a bit more like that, and then we could really look at my road there. That's a nice looking road. That's a good spot for a roundabout. I reckon that would be, yeah, a lovely spot for a roundabout. What happens if I plonk one there? Where is he? Oh dear. It's getting a little messy around here. Tell you what, this eyedropper tool is just so great. And I think that I might actually remove that. I'll make this a cul-de-sac. I'll make this guy connect. And this might be a good spot as well for, you know, just to like cross over. I reckon that, and this is probably on a bit of a bad angle. Loop. I mean, it's all a bit wonky, but that's fine. So fine. Where are the trains? We don't need trains. No one likes trains here, right? Trains are severely overrated. No, they're coming. I promise. But I'm not giving no spoilers. Let's just say there's a reason why... I just said no spoilers, but I'm about to give you a spoiler. There's a reason why we are not going into the main part of town. I'm going to grab... No. Cul-de-sac? Oh, did I put a I think I probably put a cul-de-sac. I've made that I think that's a cul-de-sac by accident. It could actually be a larger roundabout. Maybe like a medium. Oh, lovely. And it looks a bit weird because it's at a bit of a weird angle. Bloop, bloop, bloop. So that's like kind of nice. But it honestly might even just end around here because we actually have a bit of a hill there. Yeah, trains are alright. I mean, what's so good about them anyway? They're just glorified cars. Just cars that can't drive wherever they like, aren't they? Too big. Cool. Yeah, and I reckon a little park in there. And I am also a big fan of a neighborhood backing onto a highway. Hey, look, to that person who asked, will I ever do a city that is like, or a build that is going to be a bit more dedicated to like sustainability, I absolutely will. I actually would like to do a neighborhood within St. Andros that is like dedicated to it, because I feel like so much of this place is very car centric, and that has been on purpose. But it actually would be kind of fun to do something that was actually like my best attempt at building something that was way more sustainable. And it'd be cool because it'd be so polarizing to the rest of the city. Yeah, accidentally throw your frisbee and then it ends up in the highway. That's exactly it. Now I'm just kind of going plop crazy. And just don't worry too much about it, because we're going to drag these guys around and it's going to be so fine. Trying to mix up the houses. I haven't even looked at what level they are. Level 4. Okay, so this is like technically quite a nice neighborhood. So we will have to create that park so that we do have something for them. Although there is that giant park that is right next door. It's like, at this very moment, it's the largest park within St. Andros. So, whoop. And I reckon we can totally fit some more in, but I am just going to plop these guys all down first, and then we'll see what we can do. These guys can all back onto this guy. Yeah, because I think that'll be kind of the end of the city. And here, again, too small. Will any of my City Skylines 1 series return? Yeah, I'm still working on Audrey Island, so my City Skylines model train set. I just haven't released anything yet because I don't like releasing things if I'm not like 100% happy with everything that I've built so far. And I've got an episode that is like practically done, but I just want 2 more builds in it before I feel like it's totally ready. So yeah, it's totally coming. It'll be out in like maybe a couple of weeks. But in terms of everything else, nah, I don't plan to go back to anything else. Any news on New Dollarton? I don't know. I'm less inclined to work on that at the moment. I am actually feeling really inspired to be pretty much sticking with this series for the foreseeable future. Someone did ask about new series and how long I plan to work on St. Andros for, and my plan is to continue working on this series pretty much until they release like some major update. And I mean like a major one. So it'd have to be something to do with, oops, just pressing all sorts of buttons there. It'd have to be like an overhaul for the map editor. So that would make me want to make my own map and start a new series, in all honesty. Because I mean, like, I'm happy with this, but I still feel like I'm so limited with what we could potentially do. Like, I'm not playing with anything to do with the winter cycle. You know, snow in my books is broken and looks terrible. So, you know, I haven't built this map around snow. And I'd also probably start a new series if custom assets were introduced, and purely because that would give us more control with what we could build. So I think my scope would change, because I'm not going to say I'm already over these assets, because I'm not, because I still haven't even played with half the assets that are in the game. But I can imagine a time when custom assets are released and I'm like, okay, maybe do something that has not been done in City Skylines 2 yet. So they're like my 2 things. But besides that, I feel like this ticks enough boxes for me. These are like some things that I've been wanting to do for, you know, in New Dollarton and even like any other city that I've built in City Skylines 2. So this like ticks all those boxes. So I don't plan to do a new series. Not unless something crazy happens in the game. But I don't know about you guys, but I feel like Asset Editor is still, if I'm getting the impression that it's still a really long ways away. And yeah, that kind of sucks. Because I feel like that's going to change everything. Money running dry. Yes, I appreciate it. And I'm not saying that sarcastically. I appreciate someone looking out for the money situation, because I am not. Luckily, we're not really spending any money here. Now, there's like a couple of imperfections around here, and I will get in and fix them up. See a train former. Thanks for joining us. So I'm going to continue to drag these guys around just for a little bit longer. Any fence that is clipping into anything, I'm not too worried, because I'm going to just use better bulldozer. And that'll solve that up pretty good. A little space in there for another guy. And these guys look pretty good. First time catching a stream. How is Drew? I've seen a comment about him being dead, and I'm not sure if that was real. No, he's not dead. He just moved. He moved to another city. Maybe he's got an offspring. I'm not sure. I don't know what he got up to while he was here. but I think his story is pretty much wrapped up. Though he might have an offspring. I don't know. We'll have to check in on that. But yeah, he didn't die. I mean, he might be dead. I don't know. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what he's up to in the new city. You guys remember which city he moved to? I can't remember which one it was. But he packed his bags and he was done. Have you ever tried 3D modeling any assets yourself? No, but I am going to make some custom decals. Or at least I'm going to give one a go. Because there's like something that I built and it could, I think a custom decal would actually add so much to it. And that won't be next episode, but that'll be the episode probably after, I think. I've still got to, I still haven't dived into it. But yeah, Sully gave me some pretty good pointers. But yeah, never made a custom asset. The most I've ever done is I've been trying to make some custom trains. Well, not custom trains, but like the carriages, the things that they're pulling. I've been trying to make some custom ones in, but that's in City Skylines 1, and not in number 2. Didn't his wife die? I believe she did. Yes. Maybe moved to New Dollarton? Yeah, maybe he did. Maybe he did. Okay. That is getting somewhere. Do you see how long these things take? It takes so long just to build a neighborhood. But, like, you could not achieve this level of realism, sort of. I mean, it's still, I would say the layout is a bit wonky, but in terms of zoning, you could not zone like this, you know, not by default. Alright. Let me think. I actually really like the path of this highway. At least up until about this point. I mean, this going into the tunnel is just purely there for logistics. Just so we can get people actually traveling here. I think I might fit one more house here. I'll probably go for the same model. That works. I mean, sort of. We'll fix them up in just a tick. We'll go here. We'll go here. We'll squeeze another guy in. I don't love what's going on here. In fact, I could fit 3 houses instead of these 2. So let's do that instead. 1, 2. Oh, not quite. But I reckon we could just like get this guy. He could be like on that angle. And let's just squeeze these guys in a little bit more. This is like the tightest neighborhood. Oh, I mean, it's going to be a bit of a stretch. I mean, perhaps this street could be a little bit thinner, or I could actually just, I mean, this is a bit pointless, but watch me do it anyway. You know what? Who cares? No one cares, right? First ever $2 stream. Hello, Sam. I'm glad you have caught one. Yeah, I feel like I could potentially not be streaming at convenient times. Don't look at these names, by the way. All right. My heart always like sinks a little bit when I press save because I've had times where I've hit save and then it just like dies. I can fit another guy in there. I'm not too worried about that fence because I'm going to shift all these fellas up here. And yeah, I mean, it's not perfect. This guy is clearly on a... Yeah, I mean, that's not great. And I'm being too greedy with space there. I think we could probably just do that. It's not a huge deal. Now, something that I love and I don't love is I love that they do have custom grass textures here. You know, like the ground is all... I like that they've got grass. But I kind of think that this whole area would have nicer grass anyway. So I am going to do something. And I'll see how this looks. We'll go a Sully. Classic Sully. Are those names because of all the crashes? No. I just, every time I save, and I recommend you guys doing this too, but every time I save, I save under a different name. I think this whole place is gonna have nice grass. We'll see. We'll see what this looks like. I'm not sure if this is gonna work or not. But the Sully grass is subtle. So I'm hoping what's gonna happen is we will have a bit of a subtle change in how this looks. Hopefully it doesn't go over the road, because I know some of the textures do go over the road, which is good, but then also sometimes it doesn't work. Do you know what I mean? Like just a subtle, it's not huge, but I think that's going to make a bit of a difference from looking from afar. How much storage do all those saves take up? Quite a bit. I usually, so basically if I'm recording an episode, let's say episode 5, I will probably make like 30, you know, episode 5.20, episode 5.21. And just because I've in the past, I've saved over the top, like just overridden over a save. And then I've had like a, you know, something's broken or a mod breaks or whatever. And then I just like lose it completely. I'll lose a save. So I find it's way better just to make new saves every single time. And then I'll usually go through and just like clear all the other ones. So then I'll just keep like, you know, a few of them. You pray for my computer? No, I think my computer's fine, to be honest. I'll say that City Skylines 1 struggles more than City Skylines 2. I've got some... My computer's pretty good. It does just fine. How long does it take you to get to the main menu with all your mods? I'm wondering if I have an issue. It takes forever. Well, it takes a while, but I am also... It probably takes me like... I don't know. Like once all the mods load in, probably... From my desktop, it'll take 5 minutes. Tops. But I mean, like, City Skylines 1 took that long as well. Maybe longer. Okie dokes. Okie dokes. I'm just having a little think. Feel free to have a little think of me. What's my specs? I don't know. I need to repost it because I did have a website, but then I got rid of it, and that's where all my specs were. So I will start posting it down below, but I don't know. I can't remember anything. Good morning, Kirby. How are you all, by the way? You all good? What should we do down here? What do you think? What's going to elevate this build? Take it to the next level? Cold coffee. Yummy yum. I bought a new PC just for Skylines 2. Yeah. I know. Well, I mean, I've been upgrading mine for this game. But it's also fine because, I mean, you know, I do this for a living, so. It's so fine. Suburbs. So it's been an hour, and that's how much we've gotten done. And I'd say we've still got some stuff to do. People are saying a small field park. There is one right here. I know it's full of crime and garbage, but we do have a park here, so I am reluctant to do that. Just because I don't want too much green space. I know. I sound like such a what's the word? I'm like, I feel like when I do live streams and make videos, I'm very anti the environment, but I'm like the complete opposite in real life. But I will get comments every now and again. Well, actually, I get a lot of comments from people like, you think I'm being serious, but I'm actually just taking the piss. All right, these guys are gonna get a bit closer, and I think I'm gonna make a slight variation in my highway. Oh, it's gonna get pretty close. I reckon I might even... Is there a bend here? There is a bend here, but I don't really want to... Okay, let's just... I got a little bit greedy with that neighborhood, and I've really messed up all of this. So I think this guy can do a bit of this. Yeah, I've really stuffed it up. Why are there houses on the highway? Yeah, I don't know. I got greedy with my space. This guy's really in the way. Like, he's really... But there has to be a house here. It really does. I feel like there's no other options. But what I could do is I could just drag him. Don't you complain. I'm doing this for you. That's a bit better. I also think that we could almost make a retirement village somewhere. Like, I'm not saying today, I'm just saying that these assets spliced in together do give me a bit of a retirement village feel. Just a little bit. Okay. Let's drag this out. Those houses have their driveways at the merging lane. Where? Do you mean the ones that I just moved? You might mean the ones that I just moved. Oh, still pretty bloody close. Let's just change some of this stuff. What about if he connects here? Oh, and he goes the other direction, doesn't he? Whoop. Okay. I think I'm okay with that. I mean, I'm okay with that. This guy might not be. It's still pretty close. I think I probably need to do a little bit more shuffling around. Where in the world is St. Andros? It is, I imagine, on the east coast of the United States. That's where I'm kind of like picturing this place. Just architecturally, I think it kind of makes sense. But totally fictional, you know? Like, this is not... this is clearly America, but I like to imagine that this is just like a fictional city in America. Okay, that's a bit better. Now I'm going to get this little segment. You guys are going to get to about there. That'll do. You go to the same height, my friend. Whoa! Same height, my friend. Yeah. Oh, still a Still a little bit messed up. Let's try that again. Well, that's nice. And it's a bit lumpy. It's a bit wobbly, but she'll do. Hey, Poplar Ponderosa. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. I've already mentioned this, but I love your build for the City Planner Plays challenge. It's so good. Okay, I am going to... I think this road is ready to be just 2 lanes. And it's not the perfect alignment. Whoop, 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 whoop. Let's see, where are you? Where are you? Like that. It's probably a little bit sharp. And it's actually a bit wide. I think that's what the problem is. Nope. See, this is the challenging thing with these highways, is that they have got a lot of control, but then sometimes they have probably a little bit too much control and too many options that you know, and sometimes when you break it, it's hard to like reconnect it up in a realistic way. But I think I might go in with move it just to make some finer adjustments. But let's not get too hung up on it, right? And I think I can kind of seamlessly... Let's turn off snapping. Seamlessly. Beautiful. And that's a little sharp, so we'll have to just iron that out a little bit more. On a rainy commute on my bike. Wow, that is very cool. How are you? I'm good. I'm very good. It's a Friday, which is that's my YouTube day. That's when I can make videos. I feel like Fridays are always a good time. And they're kind of they're turning into like a live stream day as well, which is kind of nice too. Is a row of trees between a highway and houses a good idea? I think it's a great idea. I don't know if that's what you're suggesting, but I reckon that's a great idea. So I don't know about you guys, but I quite often, when I'm on a highway, you just kind of like see the tree surrounding it or the sound barrier, and you kind of go, I wonder what's over there. And usually, it's like a row of houses. You just don't really notice. So I think this guy's kind of like turning into a bit of a sunken... It's a bit lower down, which I think is nice. It's currently 10 past 10 in the morning. So I've got the whole day ahead of me, which is great. I'm keen. I'm going to finish up a video that I'm going to try to get out on the weekend. Like, it's practically done. However, I'll still need to like do a little bit of editing, and that's what's going to get me, I think, because I'll usually edit at night, but I'm going out tonight, so I don't think I'm going to really get to that time to edit. And I don't really want to be rushed on a Saturday. You know, I kind of want to hang out. So, I don't know. I'm going to try. Maybe it'll just be late. I don't know how you guys feel about a late video, or if I just put it off until next week. Because I do usually post on a Saturday. But yeah, I'll see what happens. Try to post on a Saturday night for me. Dang, 14 hours ahead of me. Yeah. Yeah, Australia's in the future for most of you. Yeah, Australia's, yeah, so it's 10 past 10 on a Saturday, on a Friday morning. That's what time it is in Sydney. Cool. Great. Wonderful. I like that. Did I watch the Auckland City Games? No, I did not. Alright, let's see. I think Linden. I shouldn't have chosen Linden because they're actually one of my least favorite trees in this game. And I think that was a bit of an accident. And I'm pretty sure a fire has broken out here because these trees are not how I plopped them. So, I don't know. I'm starting to feel like I might turn off any sort of fire damage because it's causing problems. As you'd probably imagine it would, but it's annoying because I spend a lot of time on my trees, and then when they get damaged, yeah, look, that's been burnt. That's a burnt tree. 0 wood. Yeah, no, that's annoying. Can I turn off fire damage? I'm pretty sure I can. That's disabled. Yeah, I don't know. Is there a way of turning that off? Because that is kind of annoying. Or maybe I just need to... Maybe I actually just need to solve the problem in the city. Rather than like using a mod to like change it. I think that's probably something I should fix, you know, within the city, because that's obviously a problem. But what I was saying is that I don't like these trees. I think I chose the wrong trees for around here. And unfortunately, I hand plopped all of them. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to use the London plane, which is one of my faves. 2 AM for you in Berlin. Hey, bud. Thank you so much for watching. But no sweat if you go to bed. Because I am all for a 7-hour sleep. Let me see. I'm going to blah, 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 drop him into the ground a little bit. Yeah, firefighting helicopter depot would help a ton. You're right. You're right. I'm not cheating. I'm not going to turn off anything with a mod. That's what the old Tudors would have done. But not this guy. I'm a new and improved. And I will solve the problem myself. Yes, this is what I'm thinking. Trees here, but I think I will do a noise sound barrier. Yeah, I think I will. Should I? Noise barrier. What do you reckon? But I don't think I'll do the one that the game wants you to do. Although maybe I should, because I think that does actually prevent sound. But I just find it's a little bit too close to... It's a bit close in my books. I'm gonna put some other trees in here, by the way, but I'm just gonna do a little bit of this. Oh. Gotta love the trees. They make a huge difference. And these guys are disappearing for some reason, which is just so great. You know? I'm so glad I spent all that time plopping those guys. And I'm probably also going to remove some of these trees. Like, this is a fairly established neighborhood, but I do also think that there's a couple of things that I just don't... I wouldn't mind, like, tailor-making a little bit. This is what I'm going to do here. Check this out. I'm going to rough up that surface a bit. I think Pebbles is the one that I like. Yeah, these pebbles are really These are really good. Well, I think so. I have a habit of accidentally choosing the wrong one. No, that's alright. That's okay. That works. And then I might just mix in one more. Just like this. Just a bit. Just a small change. Just get a couple little. Couple of bigger guys. Do I have a mod list? I do. I've actually just been meaning to share it because I haven't. Yeah, I need to share it. Thanks for reminding me. I'll share it the next time I post a video, I promise. I'll just chuck it in there. But it's literally just a list of all of my mods. Because I don't think you can at this very moment. I know CD Planner had a way of sharing that, but yeah, I mean he's doing more than I can do. He's put together a whole thing. That's like a save game. You download it. He updates it. I think I'll just have a list. See down here? I'm going to make this. I'm going to continue that swamp. We'll lower him all down. Look, well. Look at that height difference. I mean, I sort of like that, to be honest. Kind of makes it feel like... Oh, don't want to delete that surface. Let's slow down there. Yeah, I'm a big fan of that. I like a bit of height difference. But I don't know, you guys as well, do you feel like it's hard to tell where the height difference is in this game? I don't know why, but I kind of feel like in City Skylines 1 it was... You could kind of like see the difference in height. Whereas City Skylines 2, it's almost like a bit hidden. I don't know, it just kind of is. Now, what am I doing here? I want a surface. What's that? Well, let's keep it simple. $2. Let's not go too wild. Oh, but I just noticed that there's actually a little stream pointing this direction. This guy. So I think that's... I probably should continue it a little bit. So let's just get... What's this? What's that? Okay. Gotcha. And what's all through there? No, it's definitely not going to go any further. Actually, I think I might just make a little... like a little basin? What is that? Is that transparent? Cool. Cool. Do I do YouTube full time? No. I do YouTube part time. So I take Mondays and Fridays off from my other job to make videos. So I call myself a part-time YouTuber. So those other days I am at my real job. But yeah, that's why you'll see ads in this video, and that's why you'll see ads in my other videos, because I do need to make an income from this, otherwise I'll have to go back to my real job. And I like my real job. I like my real job a lot, but I also really like making videos, so that's why you might see a bit of that. But yeah, and that's also why I don't post that consistently. You know, usually just once a week. Sometimes a little less. Because if I don't get those videos out, or if I don't finish that video, then that's kind of it. It's kind of like too bad. So that's why Fridays are always really good for me, because I'm like, all right, let's record 7 videos, and I'll get like half a video done. And then on Monday, I'm like, I'm not gonna finish it in time. That's what usually happens on a Monday. But Fridays, beautiful. Got the whole weekend. Well, not really, actually. I don't have the weekend. But I got Friday. So this is going to be like a bit of a swampy little area. Like this. Like that. And I'm going to get my favorite, the London Plain. I don't know. Does this kind of look like a swamp? I mean, like a little bit. Hey, trees, can you stop disappearing for me, please? Hey, can you stop that? Why are you doing that? Makes no sense. It's a bit marshy, you know? Little marshy. Maybe we need some dirt in there, just to continue that. Riverbed, that's the one. Do you work in the built environment, or is it just a hobby? Do I work in the built environment? I work in this. Well, I don't work in the city, but I work sort of in, yeah, sort of in the city. But so I don't really know what you mean. I don't work. This is like the only, like, I don't do anything to do with city planning or anything like that. Got like a creative job. If yeah. Bit more mud. Yes, I agree. I mean, I'm still struggling with swamps in this game. Like, I think that's part of the reason why I'm so intrigued to make places like this, because I still haven't quite figured it out. And that is, I think, kind of interesting. You know, I can make a forest pretty easily. You just like place a whole bunch of trees, but a swamp is kind of hard. All right, there's one more texture I think I need here, and I think it's the black, that one. I'm gonna overlay it. Although I don't know, no, I don't know if this is gonna work. I'll see what happens. Oh. Yeah, I think that'll do. That's pretty good. I mean, this one seems to be a little bit better than that one. I don't know what's going on, what my difference is. No, I'm not no, I don't do urban planning. Yeah. I don't know, what do you reckon? Should we press play and see what happens? Let's just save this, huh? Live stream 2. I mean, to be honest, I feel like we've built quite a bit. Is it possible to make a drain pipe from the neighborhood? I love that idea. And yes, it is so possible. I am going to grab... Where did it go? Hey, where's my drain? You all saw me build one. I had one there. Where did it go? Well, that's a little annoying. There's no reason why it would disappear. Unless something... Did it burn down? I mean, I had a drain pipe right there. It's gone. Okay, well that kind of sucks. Yeah, I think I will. I'm going to do that, and then I am going to press play, and we'll watch it all crumble and burn to the ground. Probably burn to the ground, but definitely lose money. And I guess we'll just have to wait and see what happens with that. This is what I'm going to do for my drain pipe. I'm going to kind of make like a bit of a concrete base, like that. And I will lower all of this down. Like so. Like that. And I think... What did I do for my drain pipe last time? I think it was a chimney. Wasn't it? It was a chimney. Chimney. Yeah, I think it was one of these guys. Just like a little... Might just do like a little smaller one. Because the problem is, these do also think sometimes these will smoke. Snap to the side. Hey, there we go. Should we just keep it super simple like that? Maybe we'll do like 3. I'll make them all the same height. I mean, they do look a little bit... they look a little bit odd on the side, let's just say that. I mean, it's fine. Maybe a touch phallic, but... Alright, cool. Great. Let's press play and cross your fingers and cross your toes and hope that nothing goes wrong. Can we please just start making money? That would be just so nice. Well, that ticked a bit of that. We now have apparently fulfilled the low density demand, which is great. We're skyrocketing, we're plummeting to the ground financially. Come on, money. Let's sort yourself out. What do you think while we wait? While we start to make money? Guys, help me. How can we... And look, now we have that demand back. What can we do? How can I make money? I need money. Give me money. I might need... You know what I'm going to have to do? I think I'm going to have to turn off some things. Which is a little embarrassing. Oh, look! All my trees! I had a whole bunch of trees here. They're all gone. Why? When I start making money, I am going to... Oh, that's now worse, apparently. When's the next Audrey Island episode coming out? It'll be coming out in a few weeks. Maybe like 3 weeks. I've practically finished it. Just got like a couple more things to do on it. 30. I'm losing more money now. Hey chat, come on. Help me. Help me make money. High crime. I know. Where's all the crime at? I'm pretty sure we have one police station here. One there. And that's it. Okay. Fair enough. That's only 2,000. That sounds... No, that's a bit cheaty. I can't do that. I'm going to... Look, I'm not going to keep this save. Luckily, we've saved it. All this is a dumping ground, so I'm not really too worried about this. I'm just going to place that there. And I am just going to look at... People are a little bit bummed about high taxes. But I'm just going to... Oh, now I'm losing even more money. I'm just going to bump up the tax a little bit more. Like, don't worry too much about it. We are losing... Oh, we're up. We're down. Let's see how you go now. Traffic fix when? Well, it's actually not too bad. But yes, I will do some sort of traffic fix at some point, but at this very moment, it's not too bad. 28. Marginally better. Oh, gee whiz. Let's just... just pump this up. The problem is, and what I kind of like about this is that people will just bail if you are taxing them too much, which does make a lot of sense. Apparently still bad. I think actually I might have my... That's not too bad. But I could probably lower some of these things. It's good that I'm not importing anything. But I could probably drop the service. Oh no, I'm going to keep that up. 14. Okay. We're losing a few people. Okay. Service fee is pretty high. I mean, people don't love that. Tile upkeep. Yes, the tile upkeep is pretty high. And definitely does hurt us. But it's okay. I'm making money from tuition, which is pretty cool. I'm gonna just like drop some of these things. And we'll just have to... We'll see. Public transport. Get out of here. You guys are fine. Parks. Let's drop that a bit. What? Alright. I'll take that. Communication. That's fine. Fine. Roads. Not great. I know that we're like... now apparently making a lot of money, but I don't really trust it that much. I would like to lower my taxes a bit because I think that people are just going to continue to move out. So I will just drop this a bit. See what I mean? It's like, what is it? Like, are we making money or not? Or are we not going to make money? What's the deal here? Could remove some resources under built up areas where you won't be using them. Could remove some resources. Do you mean like harvest some of the resources? I could. I mean, like, I am, to be honest, I haven't zoned enough. Like, the city is severely underzoned, and I'm like not really I'm not really utilizing the taxpayers. I could for sure make improvements there, but I kind of don't really want to because I really like hand placing everything, and I don't want to just like build, like I'm trying to make it look pleasing. I don't want to have to just zone for the sake of it, but I will if I have to. Like if I need more taxpayers, I will just zone out. Which might just have to be the case. I might actually go back to my old save because I don't think this is gonna work. Add a remove. There's a mod that might add or remove resources. But it's a bit crazy. Like, do you see what's going on here? We're losing 30,000, and then all of a sudden we're making 30,000. So it's like, well, what is it? Are you making 30,000 or are you losing 30,000? I don't know what it is. Make up your mind, please. Pretty please. That would be nice. But at this very moment, the population is gaining, and we are apparently making money. And it might have something to do with exporting goods. Like I could be exporting more now. But whatever it is, I'll take it. And maybe we will keep this save. And how's a high crime rate? It's still pretty high. I think it could be because they actually can't get to these places. But they should be able to because these are roads that they can drive on. So it's kind of annoying that that's still a bit of a problem. Because I have like made it so that these are not just placed on roads that you can't actually get service vehicles on. But, I mean, what can you do? but we're making money. So that's good. I am going to continue to build on this save, even though it's getting pretty close to... we're getting pretty close to completely tanking. So I will leave it on play and just give me a little... Feel free to give me a little reminder if we are apparently losing money again. Oh, good size. $2. And I'm going to build that commercial strip. Oh, I like that big front yard. I might do the same treatment for these guys. They can all share the same fence like that. That's pretty cool. A bigger front yard. Hey, howdy, Ronto. Now, this is grass, but not for long. I reckon that we could, in fact... Whoa, there he is! Hey, that's nice. Hey, do you guys remember when that disappeared at the beginning of the live stream? Well, it's back. Apparently it had something to do with this. So that is really great. Do you know of any... Do you guys know of any buildings that you think would fit really well right here? Like potentially a significant building. Like a big box store. Something great. Nitro Kingdom. Whoa! What are you? An innovative karting experience awaiting at our venue. That actually... I feel like that is quite a good fit. Although, now I'm sort of wondering, maybe we build... Like, this would also be the prime location for some sort of car dealership. Now, I don't think we actually have a car dealership in this game. These are really nice buildings, by the way. Like, I don't want anything too nice. Oh, yes. So, Gene, you already were about to say it. And I chose it. Yeah, it's great. That's a really lovely looking asset. I mean, it does fit pretty well there. We could just go for it. There's a UK box store. Let's see if I've got it. Oh, the Morrissey's. Oh, that is also really good. Doesn't quite fit, but... I mean, that is also a... That is exactly what I'd imagine in a neighborhood like this. I mean, that could just be a good little... You know, that's the end. See you later. The end of the city right there. I don't think that'd be too close to the homes. Yeah, I'm not sure what the noise is like. We could also do a car dealership. There's also that. I don't think we have anything like that in the game, but I could make a custom one. Don't know. What do you reckon? Do we go Nitro? Or do we go a car dealership? Nitro would be an easy just plop, and then a dealership would be the full detail treatment. I mean, aesthetically, that works pretty well. That would be pretty easy. I'll read your comments. Trying to think of what angle I'd put it on. Maybe like that. I think Nitro would probably make... Or at least it'd be just like down and done. That's what I'm thinking. And for this boulevard, I'm gonna put like a row of trees. I'm gonna go nitro. Nitro. Bam. I don't think I'm gonna do anything else. I think that's all I'm gonna do for it. I will, though, remove some of these props. Like, come on. Rocks. I don't think so. Is the game, like, auto-generating this? Because this was, I'm pretty sure this was a building that was created. Yeah, this is like a building that was created by someone who I don't think would have wanted random rocks just placed there. Like, it's very random. I'll do my own, thank you very much. I don't even think the fence is probably not needed. That bin's, I don't mind the bin there. We'll get rid of these. A hedge. You know, that's fine. I'll keep the hedge. Everything else, that's pretty good. I think I can add some more parking though. You know, just to really, yeah. I'm gonna add some more. I'm gonna add a little bit more parking. I will remove all of this grass. I think is no. Actually, I think I might do something over the top of it. No, actually, let's do this. Let's do this first. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's gonna work out pretty well. Now I think this might just be aesthetic, like not real parking. Gotta make sure it's on the right angle. And I think I'll probably actually get this guy. And maybe it can be like so. Sweet. That feels like a good fit. It's the American way, adding parking. Well, it's kind of the Australian way as well. Although we have far less surface parking, which I am really happy about. Like something that I always notice in Australia is, and something I hadn't actually really noticed before, and it's not always the case, because unfortunately there are definitely exceptions to it. But we don't really have much surface parking. At least in the cities. The cities are pretty much, it's all like underground or street parking, which isn't great either, but it definitely beats the old surface parking. But this kind of works. Maybe do I follow the same path of the road? Just so it's kind of in line, probably. Doesn't have to be perfect. That's kind of cool. Do I continue it all the way up here? I don't know if I want to. Because I think that'll probably be enough. Not sure of the mod, but one of them does allow you to add additional parking spaces for citizens to use. Well, I actually think that the... I think that I can just use these parking lots. Like, these are decals, but I'm pretty sure people will just park on them anyway. I know that's a charging station, but I am actually going to place it over the top of it. In fact, the lampposts... Oh, no, they're fine. I can live with that. It's not a huge deal. It's definitely not a deal breaker. Bloop. I'm pretty sure people will park on this. I could be wrong. Alright. They didn't really line that up very well. I might have to go for a smaller guy. I mean, auto-generating a parking spaces would be pretty nice, wouldn't it? Like, imagine if you could just like fill a space and then click a button and then all of a sudden the parking lot is there. That would be pretty sweet. Line it up. That's fine. And okie dokes. I mean, I'm half tempted to do a line across here too, but it's probably enough parking. I need to add invisible parking roads too. I actually think that they will... I think that they could... I don't know, I'm pretty sure people can park on these, even without them. Like, could be wrong. I'm just going to delete these guys. I'm also, like, not too fussed. It's not really a huge deal in an area like this. Something Sunny Scroony did was replace all the parking lots to a new separate from the building to serve all the people, not just the Sims going to the building. Replace the parking lots to a new separate one. I don't really... Do you mean like he created a whole new parking lot outside of it? I am curious to see if people are going to park there. I mean, a big complaint I have with this game is that it does feel a little bit lifeless sometimes. Like, I don't see many people around here. Like, I've got some people driving on the highway, but they're literally just leaving the city. You know, there's not like tons. There's like one person going to this place. I know I only just placed it down, but it does sort of feel like more needs to be happening. You know, like, I'd love to see all those parking spaces get filled, but that's just not going to happen. What I am going to do, though, I'm just going to see what happens with this, because I'm pretty sure this surface in particular, I'm going to do it over here because I'm going to have to delete it. We'll go over the top of... Oop. Let's see. Does that go on the top of... No. So that pavement is spared, but the other one is not. So I think what I'll do... I might use this guy. And... I'm going to cover all of this. Maybe. We'll see what... Because I actually don't really think we need perfectly green grass all around there. Because this sort of feels like the type of building that is just like plonked. But probably some of it could be green. So I reckon the immediate car park is greener. Like all around here can be green. I'm for sure doing this the long way. There's a faster method, but I kind of want to see what that look like. And then it starts getting a bit rough. You can be green. Oh no! No! Ah, you dingus. You dingus. That is so annoying. I wish I could press undo. That is like the most annoying thing that happens with surfaces. Is like they will just... It's not even glitching out. Like I totally caused that. But it's still so frustrating. Alright, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to delete the whole building. I'm going to place it back down. And now I'm losing money. Well, what a fitting way to finish a stream. I'm not finishing just yet. I'm gonna fix all this. Yeah, I'll fix it. Big sad indeed. City Skylines 2 moment for sure. Well, I mean, it was in City Skylines 2 defense, it was kind of probably my fault, but it's still really annoying. I feel like it doesn't need to happen. Yeah, it's pretty annoying. I mean, it just happens though, right? Like, an undo button would be fine to, like, fix something like that. Because, I mean, what are you meant to do with a situation? You know, like, I was the one that was, like, going through and deleting all that. So, I was kind of getting a bit messy. But we for sure need an undo button. Because that is pretty annoying. But that happens more than I'd like to see. And that happens a lot in episodes. and when that happens, I'd like, you know, I literally just, there's like not even like footage I would show you. It just slows things down so much, the whole process. Maybe I'll connect him here too. Okay. I mean, that's pretty much where we were. I am going to delete this surface though. No, not that whole one. Let's not make similar mistakes. Okay. Cool. Now where's my fine one again? These ones, the pebbles. I like the pebbles. Bloop, 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 bloop. Because I've got an idea. Because I want this to look like it's just been plomped. You know, just like, and bam. Now we have a shop here. I'm gonna press play again. And we don't need rocks. Thank you very much. This place doesn't need boulders. I don't know why we need boulders at the front. Cool. I'm going to continue to add stuff like this. So I'm going to get this rough grass. I'll splice that guy in. Pretty sure it goes to the top. Let's see what he looks like. That's not too bad. I actually think I might go for this one. And I always forget about decals. I really wish the game had an undo button too. That would be so great. It would make a huge difference. I do want this to look fairly new, so I'm not going to go too crazy with these sort of things. Although I reckon maybe like someone's definitely left too quickly. So zoom, out it goes. And I'm thinking about trees, but I almost don't want to place trees. What do you think about that? I think... Oh, I'm so nervous. I kind of feel like the trees were just like not really considered. And I will do... What are these paths called? I recently watched a video and the guy said said the name of it. But I don't remember what it was. But it's when people make their own paths. What is that called? It's like a shortcut. What about bushes? Yeah, we'll do some bushes. But no hedges. Too fancy. What are those paths called? They've got a name. It's like... I really can't remember it. Desired path. Yes, I think that's it. Desire line. Yeah, it's something to do with that. I can't remember which one it was. I felt like it had a slightly different name, but I might be wrong. And then these, well, I'm going to do a couple of like little bits of grass. I feel like a trash pile. So predictable, but like I just kind of want it to look a bit, just like it looks fine. It's very much the bare minimal. Yeah, cool. Yeah, it is desire path. I think you guys are right. I actually really like that surface. That works really well. I think I might do the same type of thing. Yeah. Just like a couple of them. Just like people hanging around. You know, walking to the bus stop. This is like the fastest route. Yeah. You know, Micah lives around here, catches the bus to work, cuts through the store. Love it. Frazee, hello, my friends. Thank you for joining. I've got, I reckon, like, what time is it? Whoa, it's 11. Okay, 10 more minutes. I'm going to record the next episode. I need to finish it off, actually. So, 10 more minutes. And that'll be it. I reckon that's enough time to finish off this whole area with some trees. I am a big fan of that, actually. I like the fact that it's so bare. I will add a trash pile though. I will. We are losing money. We are losing money, guys. What do we do about it? Could be a real problem. I'm the first person to pronounce it right. Well, I'm not even gonna going to attempt to say it again because I have got the worst track record of pronouncing names wrong. So that might be, in fact, the first and last time I say it. Just purely out of fear that I will say it wrong again. Bloop. Couple of trash piles. Yeah, I mean, is this guy eating up some of my finances? I don't think so. I don't think it's... I think he's fine. But, yeah, I mean, we're really not doing well here. And it's very concerning. I feel like I need to fit in another neighborhood here. not neighborhood. Another like row of houses. I feel like I've got enough space for it. See any other fences to remove? This guy. I'm actually loving this neighborhood. Yeah, because I think that I would like to keep this as the park. I actually have to keep it on pause, guys. We will lose money again, and I don't know how to get out of it. Like, this would be the simplest park ever. Like, it's just going to be a row of trees. And I think someone said it was like... Who said it? Someone said something before. It was like the bare minimal. Can't remember what the exact words were. Shopping mall thing right next to the suburbs is bold. Usually they're not in walking distance if you go for American-centric roads. Yeah, well, it's actually go-karting. So I think that it is actually sort of like the type of place like people out here would actually drive to. And this would be like a lower land value, you know, a block like that. Infamous triangular park. Yeah. I mean, basically these sort of things are perfect for areas where you just like can't really zone. I'm not even like I like kind of don't even really care how that looks. But this place, I think, I reckon I could squeeze in. I reckon I could squeeze in a neighborhood. Not a neighborhood. A row of houses. Live stream 3. Maybe if I do a cul-de-sac. Yes, I'm gonna do another cul-de-sac. Like it's barely anything. Like it's barely a road. You know one of these ones? It's like this. And then like this. Like a little nub. And it's like the smallest thing. But I think it's kind of necessary. And the houses here are like gonna be pretty tight. So this could go here. So I'm just like placing anywhere, and then we'll drag all these guys out. And I reckon I've got room for one more. Like this. And this guy can also be on a slight angle. And this guy can also be on a slight angle. I'm going to try and match that house's angle. And I'm actually really glad I filled this space. Do you just get ideas from what... Sorry, do you just get the ideas for what to build on the spot, or do you usually have a plan? A bit of a plan, but I don't know, they do also kind of snowball. So I'll have something in mind, I'll start building it, and then I will get inspired to build something. It's usually within the same type of vibe. But sometimes when I do an episode, like record an episode, I will maybe like test it first. And then if it looks like it's going to work, then I'll dive in and record the episode. It's pretty tight around here. And I actually personally really like the fact that all these houses are practically identical. And I don't think I'm going to fit that house in. That's going to be a bit of a stretch. But we'll try. This can go here. Closer. The buildings on Rosewood Street are clipping in. Which ones? Oh, these guys? Yeah. Yeah, we'll sort these guys out. Like I said, I think that this is going to be too tight, that side. But I would like that one to work. Just because we've kind of got this going on. Like, I personally really like, you know, how they're both identical on that side. So maybe instead I might remove this house. And I'll do a bit of this. Just makes it a little bit more unusual. And I can space those guys out. And then I will remove some of these fences. Just the ones that clip in. Some of these bigger trees. Sorry guys, we don't really do big trees around here. These guys, that one, that one. Yeah, that's way better. I think that's a good fit. Whoopsies. Remove the corner house. Well, I really like that corner house. I feel like it gives this place a bit more character. I will go through and remove these arrows because you don't really need them around here. Feels like a bit too much. That's all the arrows. And then I will remove the side, not the sidewalks, but the crossings. Yeah. I'm gonna save it just in case. Alright, how's that look? I am actually pretty stoked with that. I feel like that is a pretty good, that's a pretty good looking suburb. That is what I had envisioned, but I think what really is working for it is, I think the roads just being like unmarked, wide. It just, I don't know. I think it just kind of works. And then just having like that big box building there with like no trees around it. It's just the surface parking. That kind of works as well. What you think? Guys? Huh? What you think? Obviously like a couple of little bits and pieces that we do need to fix up, but yeah, I reckon that kind of works. And it really does feel like the end of the city. You know, I'll probably have a few more like, maybe like a bit of industry on the side, but that is like pretty much it. Like the city is going to end around there. I reckon that's a good ending point. Yeah, it looks fairly realistic, I reckon. There's like a few little things I'll fix up, but yeah, that's good. I'm pretty happy with that. Financially though, we're doing terribly. And I did say at the very beginning of the live stream that I was going to blame both you and me, so I guess we failed. No, it's okay. I'll be able to fix it. I'll be able to fix him up. Like I said, I reckon there's like small tweaks that I can do, and we'll be we'll make money again. I'm not sure what those small tweaks are yet, because I can't exactly increase taxes anymore. So I'll just have to see what happens. But guys, that is it for the live stream. I need to go and record a video. I need to finish off this video. It's all behind me back there, and I think it's a lot of fun. It's like behind me. We're doing Smog Island. That'll be the next video. But thanks for joining. Really appreciate it. And have good weeks. Have a good weekend. Where is everyone? Why there's no one driving around? Where is everybody? What can we do? Where is everybody? There's no one driving here. I don't get it. I don't get it. Where is everyone? Maybe they're on public transport, even though I just defunded it. Oh gee whiz. Look at that. Minus $80,000. How great is that? Alright, well that seems pretty appropriate. And now minus 17,000. I don't know, I can't make sense of any of that. Alright guys, I'm off. Have a good week. I'll see you all hopefully on the weekend with a video. Otherwise, I will release it probably midweek next week. Okay. Goodbye my friends. See you later. Mm-hmm.